Hey guys, we're back with the live execution series, and today I'll be showing you a long and a short that I took on NQ. Also be showing you my analysis so far on gold. Some things that I pointed out didn't quite take a trade on there. However, I was looking at it. So let's get straight into that. First things first. So this is right around the open. Let me throw this on NQ. And the first thing that caught my eye were these London lows. Of course, we traded up higher. We had our news event right here, which was a CPI. And something else that I noticed was this vortex. So that's kind of going to attract price. So initially I'm bearish. It's not a great idea to always be shorting the top of the market just because it's a it's a all-time trending market. Like it's always going to go up. However, just if there's enough confluences and enough momentum, then it makes sense to go short. So the first thing that I saw was this 5 minute. And so the way that I scan my charts when I'm looking for an entry, I have my draw, I have kind of my time that I want to enter, which is right around 9:30. And then I look for a singular fair value gap. And let's just look through these. So these are two lined up fair value gaps. On the 3 minute, there's a singular fair value gap. However, it's kind of all the way down here. And then this 5 minute is right up here, super clean, honestly perfect. You have a bunch of lows lined up right there, ready to run through. And let me show you guys my entry. So right here, we actually set our limit order, and I wait for a retracement. So we're already going to actually fulfill that inversion. However, I'm just waiting for a retracement because it's kind of stupid to, yes, I'm okay with the idea of entering kind of just on closure, but because of how deep we are, it doesn't really make sense to take the trade if we're going to have that bad of risk reward. Sure enough, tags us in, um, pretty much runs right away and takes out those lows. And the reason why I did not hold deeper into this, let me show you guys. We actually had quite a bit of fair value gaps right here. We had this 15 minute, I believe we had a 30 minute, and then I believe we had a hourly. Yeah. So what I told chat is like, hey guys, I'm not really looking for a deeper long continuation unless we were to invert these fair value gaps. Then I would consider like, okay, maybe we're going to trade down here. But because our bias is in place, and there's no reason to go short, then I don't go short. And so I actually look for longs at this point because we're at a all-time trending market. We're always going to trade up higher. So there's almost always going to be some kind of long setup. So I started looking for longs, and let me pull up that video right here. And initially we have obviously the delivery, and then everything is in place because we have all these low resistance highs. So I'm looking for a long. Already right here I'm looking for a long, but there's no entry. It's just a choppy mess and there's nothing really to go off of. Okay, so here's the video and here's exactly what happened. I started kind of late. So we come down here, kind of take some of the sell side. And then we have an immediate market structure shift right here. Super clean. And right here is where I'm looking for my long. Initially, I call out the all-time highs. However, I'm like, hey, like we might not trade all the way up there. But look at this fair value gap opposed to all of this. There's a big difference. And I would not be taking this trade if that was not in place. So sure enough, tag it, immediately start running. We have our low resistance highs. I'm like, hey guys, already took a dub. No reason to force another trade. So I exit right there. And had I stayed in that trade, I would have gotten chopped out. Like, check this out. All day we've been chopping back and forth. So really happy with my performance right there. Doesn't matter how much I made, just the fact that I exited and entered at the exact moments that I should have. I'm happy with that. So let's look over here at gold. Okay, so we trade up overnight into a premium right here. Kind of hang out, and then we start seeing our distribution after this manipulation. Okay, so then we have kind of continuation right here. You know, we retrace into some of these 30-minute fair value gaps, and then we just continue. And then what I called out was, hey, if we trade below this inversion, or what is to be an inversion, we would see a pretty good sell-off towards some of these lows down here, specifically this low. And sure enough, on the 3-minute, we have this inversion. So right here would have been our entry had I took the trade, had I been on the charts. Let me go back. And so really obvious trade right here. We're not chopping around. We've already had manipulation. We already have targets. Like, this is a super obvious trade that you want to be taking, opposed to some other trades we might have, like in here, where you're just trying to chase price basically. And I'm just going to be waiting for these news events. Let's go to this week. We have PPI, red folder the rest of the week. Even Friday, I believe we'll have some pretty decent trades, just because we'll have all of this news that have come out, and Friday will kind of be to top it off, to end off the week. Should have some decent moves. So I will be live streaming the rest of the week. I've been hitting absolute bangers, really easy price action. So I'll see you guys in the next one.